We haven't talked about lack in a really long time. Maybe we should hit lack just real quick for people who haven't been around before. Lack is one of the lowest vibrational states you can find yourself in. Lack says there's not enough. Lack says there's not enough for me. Lack says I don't count. Lack says I'm not allowed to take up space on the planet. Lack says lies to you. You find yourself in lack, it's a huge red flag. It's a gigantic red flag to tell you that you are in your mind only. It's to tell you that you're not asking, what are the color crayons I can color with here? It's saying there's something less than the truth is being shown to you. Remember? And one of the ways you get out of lack is you go outside and you look around and you say, my God, look at the number of leaves on that tree. My God, look at the number of blades of grass. My God, look at the vastness of the sky. And you see abundance around you, and then you allow that energetic of abundance to infuse you so that you can experience yourself experiencing abundance, and that can break your connection to the sense of lack. Now, a lot of times you guys go into lack around money, and we understand that. Now, we don't know if we've talked to you about money recently, but here's the new one. Here's a new money thing, and if you guys have heard it, it's worth hearing again. Money is everywhere. Right now, if we said to you people, turn out your pockets, we might be able to come up with thousands of dollars right now. If we said, get out your credit cards and we maxed them out, we could come out with hundreds of thousands of dollars. If we asked you to just show us the money, you could come up with money. If we said to you, show us bliss, show us peace, show us centeredness, show us contentment, show us perfect health, it would be a little bit less in the middle of the circle. And this is with a group of people who focus on that every day of their lives. So when you focus on the fact that money is in lack, you're actually telling yourself that something that's abundantly present in your society is in lack. So when you start looking around for bliss and you don't see it, then you put yourself in a position to see that as even further diminished than it is. Because you put those equal signs in there. So if you fall for the idea that money is rare, then when you get to something that is actually rare, it has to feel very, very rare to you to be in the right proportion. So let's be realistic about money. Money is everywhere. It is absolutely uncommon for you to encounter a person who doesn't at least have some money in their possession at that time and access to more. Bliss is rare. That's rare. So don't fall for the idea that money's rare. You can maybe fall for the idea that the amount of money you have in your pocket is rare, but don't fall for the whole idea that money is rare. Because that's an energetic you do not want to affiliate yourself with. And when you think about, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough money, we want you to just settle into the idea that I may not have money, but money is attainable. Money is there. Money is something that can come into my life. So if you perceive it as not attainable, then when you get around to something super rare, we just see energetically you going, well, God, that's impossible. This is an energetic thing more than an intellectual thing, but it's important. When you think about money and think about not having enough, let's be clear. I am in financial flow and money comes to me in infinite ways is your ATM machine. It's your energetic ATM. Because what it does is it breaks the habits you have around money and opens you up to receiving in a new way. So whenever you think about money and you have some kind of issue, I am in financial flow, money comes to me in infinite ways. Just do it. See what happens. You'll have a good time with it, we promise. At least that's what we've seen so far. And when you find yourself feeling scarcity, remind yourself money isn't rare. It's just out, it's everywhere, and I just need to bring more of it to me. It's like you're panning for gold. Gold's kind of rare. Okay? You guys, money is like the water. You just have to go scoop it up in whatever way scooping it up works for you. And scooping it up, by that we mean, is energetically shifting your relationship to it to pull it closer to you. It's not hard to find, it just needs to come to you in a new way. So keep that relationship correct. The sense that your core thing, whatever your core thing is, and we know for you this anxiety thing is pretty core. It comes up again and again and again for you to say, more to learn here. And part of the more to learn here is this is sort of built in so you can say, I made progress. I've made progress. I've made progress. But you guys, we've noticed, tend to see it as, you know, don't pass go, don't collect $200, go back to jail every time it comes up. So there's like a choice there. You know, there's a choice to say, oh, I can see how I can compare me to me and see how I'm doing this differently. Whereas before, I would see it as, oh God, this again, that means I'm broken. This popped up again, it's not resolved. So we really like this idea of the sandpaper. You know, this is your version of sandpaper. And so this is the version where it's knocking down different edges on you. And the sandpaper fits nicely because it's the idea of taking the different harshness of levels of sandpaper. What's it called, Sasha? The grit, the coarseness. Thank you. You know, sandpaper comes in those different grits. And so in the old days, this anxiety, and especially because like you're talking about is with your kids, as much as you love your dog, it's not in the same category. So you had this grit that said, oh my God, you know, and it kind of rubbed you raw. And then you practice, 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 and it comes up, and it comes up, and it comes up, and it comes up. And we really want to encourage all of you to see this as just that. It's not the I screwed up, I failed. It's the, okay, here I am again so I can compare me to me. Here I am again so I can compare me to me. And just like that thing that we talked about before where, you know, the ex-boyfriend is banging on the front door and you're going to answer it and you don't want to talk to him, and who answers the door? Is it the 5-year-old version of you that's looking for daddy's approval? Is it the 10-year-old version of you that doesn't feel loved by her peers? Is it the 20-year-old version of you that just wants a boyfriend because everybody's got one? Or is it the 40-year-old version of you that says, you suck, get the fuck out of my life? Right? Just like that, you're having that same kind of relationship to this sandpaper issue, because as the sandpaper issue comes around again, who's going to respond to it? Is it the one that responded to it when you were 5? Is it the one that responded when you were 10? Is it the one that responded when you were 20? Or is it you now dealing with it? Because when you compare you to you, if you let the 20-year-old show up today, then you're not going to see much change from the 20-year-old that you were before. You understand? Yeah. So you have to make sure that when your core issues come around again, you're dealing with them from today. That's why what is true now? What's going on now? Who am I now? Dealing with the situation that's occurring so that you can compare you to you and see a change. And also so all of your tools and skills are present as you do it. Yeah? You get it? Mm-hmm. That's a really important one to remember, because the ex-boyfriend banging on the door is very visceral. And even if you're a man, you can pretend it's somebody else, right? We don't need to play that game. But there's a very strong ability to say, I get that. So it's nice to compare that to what you're dealing with now, which is this core issue, core trigger that keeps coming around, and you've got to make sure that you're dealing with it, you 2010 Deb, not 1999 Deb. And the habit, because you get that feeling of, it's here again, that means I didn't pass go and I didn't collect my $200 and I suck, the habit is to say, that means that that you let that I suck person answer the question, rather than going, okay, wait. Just because it's here again doesn't mean anything other than evaluating it in this moment. And that is a little tricky, subtle thing that we hope you guys are letting that sink in. Because when it comes up again, the tendency is to go back and let this person handle it. When it comes up again, if you stay in the moment and let you handle it, then you can see the compare me to me thing, and then you'll feel a sense of accomplishment, of growth, of progress. And when you feel that sense of progress, then you have a chance to actually re-experience it in a new way than re-experience it in the old way. And it will facilitate you not being in lack.